This altcoin sector, I believe, has the most potential out of any altcoin sector in all of crypto markets, specifically because the entire market cap is under $500 million. What's going on, everyone? Happy Monday. We're talking about decentralized science, of course. What else would we be talking about? Hopefully you guys had a fantastic weekend. I'm very excited and energetic to get into this week of crypto news and market updates. Specifically, I'm going to go over a couple new things that are happening in the realm of decentralized science, plus a pattern from the breakouts in which almost all major players in DeSci are starting to experience. I think it is setting us up for a wonderful Uptober, given that we're kind of front running it. Like, the entire market right now seems to be pumping in anticipation of what they expect to be a really good month for cryptocurrency. Historically, at least, that has been the case. What's going on? Good morning, Strika. Good morning, Truth. Good morning, Zach. No Amanda today, unless she hears us talking about her and decides to come in and visit. But she was here on Friday. I don't know if you were here on Friday, Truth. I think you were, because you show up to pretty much every single live stream. Anyone who's not familiar with the live streams, we go live Monday through Friday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Let's get right into it. So as you can see on Bitcoin right now, we are experiencing, so far today at least, another green day, which is pretty impressive considering it's been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This would be the 7th green day in a row, which can happen, but it also does stand to reason that we would experience some sort of pullback unless we just get pure euphoria and momentum straight up through this 200-day moving average on Bitcoin. This is going to be a big deciding factor for whether we continue this rally or see yet another pullback and another area to find support at. So hopefully we can continue smashing through, but I would not be that surprised if we had a little bit of a retest of that $60,000 area on Bitcoin. If we can hold support down here, right? If we could get something that kind of looks like a bounce down here and then crazy runs into October, that would be pretty bullish as well. But right now we're at a pivotal point, especially considering this is the same spot that we got rejected at last time in August. Bullish on Amanda. I'm sure she appreciates that. Hell yeah, Truth. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. But what we're seeing across the market as a broad landscape is that altcoins are loving the fact that Bitcoin is at $64,000. $64,000 for whatever reason seems to be that area that we're seeing most altcoins take off, including that of decentralized science. If you go look on the weekly, we have Data Lake up 76%. We have Genomes DAO up 42% on the week. Look at that gorgeous stair-step motion. I'm going to bring up what I saw Genomes DAO themselves posting out literally today, stating that the number of queries approved by users of genomes.io is going up exponential. So upload your 23andMe file, Ancestry, Nebula, MyHeritage, etc. file now and get given genome. So they initiated about a week or two ago this initiative that anyone who has genetic information from one of these other competitors to Genomes DAO will get rewarded in genome token if they upload that data to the platform. And so we're seeing about like 2,000 plus approvals, meaning access to people's genetic information. So researchers, if you're not familiar with Genomes DAO and what they kind of do, it is, I'm sure most of you guys are probably familiar, most of you guys know, but anyone who's not familiar, yeah, let's go, Strika. You love Genomes DAO. I'm sure they love you too, because it's a virtuous loop where everyone makes money. So it's one of those DeSci projects in which everyone has that reaffirming cycle. So they have an actual product. Basically, genomes.io, you can buy a genetic sequencing kit from them. It costs like 350 euros, so like 400 USD. But what happens is that they sequence virtually your entire genome, as opposed to some of the other sequencing kits out there, which do a small sliver of your genome. And from that, they get to see different health characteristics, and they can actually, they have set up an entire like dashboard so that you can have your genetic information uploaded to this dashboard, and researchers can request permission to view it in exchange for compensation. So they'll pay you to see the genetic information so that they can include you in studies and then hopefully come up with novel therapies, or at least direct their research in appropriate areas. So if everyone who has diabetes has one specific set of codons within your genome, then they can come look at those specific codons, that little fragment of your genes, and be able to direct research more appropriately. And so what they're seeing right now is a rapid increase because of this initiative of users, basically. So that's super bullish, and that is pretty much the reason why we're up 43%, I imagine, is people realizing that this has a lot of potential and that the fully diluted market cap of Genomes DAO is literally only $10 million. That's crazy because not all tokens are in circulation, which means the circulating market cap is probably closer to that $4 or $5, maybe $6 million threshold. So hell yeah, bullish on Patrick, bullish on you, Truth. Everyone, W in the chat for Truth. Appreciate that. W in the chat. Appreciate you doing this, Patrick. Word on the street is you're holding down the DeSci space. Let's go. I appreciate that. I'm trying my best. I'm trying my best to be here daily to give you guys information on what's happening, because ultimately, like I said, this is one of the spaces I believe in the entire world of crypto that has potential to really 100x your portfolio regardless as to what you have in there. I think that there will be several DeSci projects that hit multiple billions of dollars in market cap this cycle, so long as the entire economy doesn't go to shit. But given that, and given the fact that the entire space is half of what I think some of these projects can get to as a single-handedly project, I think that this is like such an easy space to make some money in. Not financial advice, do your own research, but by being here, my goal is to spark some of that research for you guys. So this kind of introduces us to the idea that I wanted to bring out to you guys, and I talked about it briefly on Friday's space and I think Thursday's space, but over the weekend I really did some more analysis into it and noticed that really, if you take a look at all of the DeSci projects, you'll see this exact same trend, that from the peak, all we had was a constant downtrend until the beginning of September. We saw everything start breaking out and heading upwards again. And we're seeing projects from the lows right before this breakout, like Genome is up 69%. I think this entire charge was kind of like led off by ResearchCoin. And so the pattern I want to bring to you, and this is Axon followed this, Genomes DAO followed this, Data Lake followed this. I think Noble is in the process of following it. We're seeing a lot of the major players in the world of DeSci follow this exact pattern that ResearchCoin initiated. And so bringing your attention to it, I think you can make some potential educated guesses on where each of these projects are going, right? So we saw ResearchCoin from the peak all the way down to the lows drop 86%. And now we've seen ResearchCoin, which broke out before everything else back in the beginning of August. Everything else is breaking out in the beginning of September. So about a month later, we saw from the, well, let's go from the breakout. From the breakout upwards, we saw ResearchCoin go up 125% before finding a new support and really changing direction. Instead of making a consistent series of lower lows, we saw ResearchCoin put in that higher low, higher low, higher low. I'm hoping we get another higher low and that continuation upwards. But if we go ahead and look at Axon, one of the ones that everyone is assuming is leading the charge, it actually is following the same pattern that ResearchCoin followed just about a month later. So from the point at which Axon broke out, which was back here, we saw it go up 145%. So right in line with ResearchCoin, it just happened later. We go look at Data Lake. We got to get that log chart on for Data Lake because everything is happening in a logarithmic fashion. We go look at Data Lake and take this trend line down, right? From the breakout, we are currently up 84%. So if we were to go up that 150%-ish, it would put us at almost 1 penny for Data Lake, meaning we have from here another 60, 70, 80% to go with Data Lake. I think this is a pretty valid pattern for everything to be following. Same with Genomes. The exact same thing is happening with Genome right now. So from the breakout, We're currently up 54%, so 150% would bring us back up to 1.7 cents, give or take, which is a pretty good area. I would look around 1.38, so a little bit higher than where we're at right now, to take maybe some profits, but 30% more. Ultimately, like I said, it's hard for me personally to take any profits on any of these DeSci projects, because I do think that what we're seeing is the beginning of a huge rally for all of decentralized science. I think it's going to take a little bit of time, but I believe that this pump is just the bottoming out process and that relief rally for most of these DeSci projects. Again, if I think, for example, Research Coin is going to hit $1 billion market cap, it doesn't make sense for me to take profits at 22 million. That is just goofy for me. My brother's calling me, so I'm gonna have to see what he would like, but I'm not gonna answer yet because I'm on the live stream. So let me message him really quick. Hold your horses, guys. Hold your horses. I am live right now. Is it all good if I call you after? He's getting married soon. Next month he's getting married, so he's asking questions. Yeah, like it doesn't make sense for me. Now, if you, for example, are looking at something and looking for a trade, okay? Let's go ahead and look at Dynex really quickly, because Dynex, while it is DeSci, it's more of the DPIN narrative. Now, I'm super bullish on DPIN as well. It's one of the ones that I think has the most potential alongside decentralized science. I think the gaming narrative is super saturated. I think meme coins just irritate me. I think DeFi is obviously super saturated, unless we're talking about niches like ICP DeFi, but I don't want to get into that too much. But looking for new narratives that have yet to really experience that pump, I think DPIN has a lot of potential. DeSci has a lot of potential. AI, obviously, but like everyone talks about AI. Thoughts on Research Coin? Let me respond, and then I will absolutely. Research Coin is incredibly bullish. Incredibly bullish. Take profits, Patrick. Don't have to take a lot. So yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Stuff like research, or stuff like Dynex right here, okay? I think, especially given the amount of excitement that they have coming up, I had put something in my bookmarks to show you guys about Dynex. This guy, Micro, posts a lot of good stuff. So they have a bunch of big updates coming. So on October 14th, they are releasing a ton of bullish information, and I had that interview with one of the guys from with the guy who is in charge of head of growth. He is the head of growth for Dynex. So he's traveling the world onboarding people to actually use the underlying platform, and he told me there's a litany of really exciting things coming out for Dynex over the next month. And so looking at something like Dynex, where it's in that clearly bullish flag pattern, I think from here up to the top is another 70% return. So something that I could see myself doing, which I actually am, I did this. I'm in the process of doing it even more aggressively, but I think for the long term, Dynex is a very solid play at 30 million. I think that it's a very solid trade from 33 cents up to 55 cents. So doubling up on the position, right? Let's say I want to put 10 grand into Dynex for a long-term play. If I were to put 15 grand or 20 grand into Dynex and ride that up to the trading spot, and then just like combine two, have my trading portfolio and my long-term portfolio, 10K for long-term, 5K for a trade, take my profits on the 5K at that 77% gain, and then just maybe parlay it back in if we do see some strength and this does break out to the upside. Because a breakout to the upside on this bullish pattern would be an insane rally. Now, thoughts on Research Coin? I think it is a gorgeous play to have. It's literally Brian Armstrong's project. And so ultimately, if you are bullish on Brian Armstrong, if you think Brian Armstrong is going to have a good potential future in the world of crypto, and you're bullish on DeSci, I think Brian Armstrong's project within DeSci is a clear winner. It is a $22 million market cap, and it's one of the ones that I think goes to $1 billion. So if we do some moon math here, and we go to the market cap of website, which I enjoy playing with, but it is not... This is not real research. This is me understanding what ResearchCoin is and the potential it has, and using this as a price tool to see what market cap it could get to, or what price it could get to. Jasmy is $1 billion right now. I think ResearchCoin has the potential to go to $1 billion, meaning at the current circulating supply, ResearchCoin could get to $11. It's at 23 cents. And so for ResearchCoin to get to $11 from 23 cents, we're looking at 4,600% returns. So $1,000 being worth $45,000 or $46,000. Obviously, we wouldn't hold it 100% of the time, and you'd take some profits, so you wouldn't really get that $45,000 or $46,000, but the premise is there. You could easily take out some crazy gains from it. Take profits, Patrick. No, never. I never put money back into my account. I only funnel money into crypto. I've never taken it out. No, that's a lie. I've taken a lot out. Is he asking if it's too late to book a ticket out of the country? RIP. Yo, what's good, Yeti? Speaking of the devil, quite literally, we were just talking about Dynex and the interview I did with you, Yeti. So welcome. Welcome to the live stream. I appreciate you being here. Big things coming for Dynex. Big things coming. Thoughts on CZ getting out of jail? You guys are excited this morning. You guys are excited this morning. I appreciate the engagement. Before I give you my thoughts on CZ getting out of jail, I highly encourage you to X out of the live stream for a second. Well, not out of the live stream, but X out of the chat and like the video. If you have not liked the video yet, I'm going to be kind of disappointed. Let's turn this volume off. We got 5 likes. Now we got 6 likes. We're at 1.9K subscribers. So that's bullish. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate you guys a lot. Now, CZ is getting out of jail. When is it? When's CZ getting out of jail? He's almost out. He's getting out just in time for October. He has historically bull posted decentralized science. He didn't specifically come out and say DeSci, but he did say that crypto has a big potential in biotech. And all of the rich people in the world of tech, AI, and this entire sector that we're in, like crypto, technology, biotechnology, all these people are super bullish on longevity. And I know that Binance, I imagine all of you guys know who CZ is, but I know that Binance has a DeSci fund. So Binance itself, minus CZ, has actively been looking for decentralized science projects to invest into. So I think he will come out and publicly embrace DeSci, but yeah, one of the largest KOLs in the entire crypto market is going to come out and potentially be talking about decentralized science again. Not because he's just bull posting his own bags, but specifically because he's going to get involved. Binance is going to get involved, which means CZ is going to be involved, even if he's not the CEO anymore. It's just, you never leave. Is he out in 7 days? God damn. Yeah, so I think within the month of him being out, he posts something about Binance's involvement in decentralized science and what they've been looking at and kind of what their plans are. I don't know that they're going to come out with their own coin, but I do know that they're actively buying into stuff. They're actively talking with other projects in order to get some liquidity in the door for the space. So potentially loading your bags in anticipation of that, along with the fact that we did just have a big breakout for all of decentralized science, I would be paying close attention to. CZ and Brian Armstrong's in a DeSci arms race. That could not be more bullish for the space. Let's be real. Let's be real. And Yeti, the timeline is locked in for us. Just want to drop in once again and thank you for the fantastic interview. Absolutely, thank you for the fantastic interview. Truly, that thing took off. It actually did so well. 9.5 thousand views, 200 likes. That's one of the best performing interviews or videos that I've posted on X, period. So hell yeah, appreciate you. If you guys haven't watched it, you definitely should. There's a lot of cool things that he drops in here. Very exciting interview. And of course, no, I guess I don't have any. I was hoping something would pop in my head to shill, but it did not. So, the other thing I just found out recently, which I have not taken action on yet, but I probably should take action on, is Rejuve. This sucker right here, $7.5 million market cap. Let's see if it's following the same pattern. Just wait for this week when I land in Italy. Oh shit. Oh shit. We got the man himself saying, just wait for this week when he lands in Italy. This man is flying around the world doing interviews and onboarding clientele for Dynex. And he himself is saying, just wait for this week when he lands in Italy. I think the stars are aligned for us, guys. I think the stars are aligned. Let's take a look at Rejuve here. Remember that pattern I was talking about just a couple minutes ago? About how they are in a clear downtrend for months and then break out of that downtrend and have anywhere from, I mean, if we're setting the benchmark at 150% gains, it's literally right there for 150%. We saw Axon do it, we saw Data Lake do it, we saw ResearchCoin do it, Data Lake's in the middle of doing it, Genomes DAO is in the middle of doing it. It looks like Rejuve is right at the beginning of doing it. So I think this could potentially be a very strong play, especially the realization I had the other day is that Rejuve AI is founded by the same person who founded SingularityNet. So that right there, they're taking AI and they're trying to help make sense of all of the information that we have in the biotech realms right now. So at a $7.6 million market cap, it's pretty damn small, guys. It's really, really small. And it kind of makes sense for it to have a pretty crazy rally. As soon as I get off this live stream, I'm going to go buy some. Just because I don't have any in my portfolio, and that's probably a foolish mistake. That's probably not something I want to be hanging on to. Dr. Ben Gortezel, yeah. I'm sorry I don't know how to pronounce his last name, guys, but Delroy told you anything interesting about Noble? No, but it's still just the same things. I took interviews, or not interviews, but I had a couple calls last week about Noble Blocks with some interesting figures, and the platform, along with that little initiative that he's doing for people who hold more than 1 million tokens, is coming out next month. I don't know if it'll be the beginning of next month or the end of next month, but at some point next month, the official platform is getting launched, meaning all of the integrations with artificial intelligence for the different academics who are publishing their research and their preprint research on the platform. And the calls I was having was with large-scale researchers who I'm trying to get, with the help of Shelly and one other no-named individual, I'm trying to get them onto the platform, get them ready to be on as soon as it goes live. So I'm still extremely bullish on Noble Blocks. No crazy news updates for you guys right here, but the unlocks have ended, I believe, or at least are ending this week. And so we might get this final little sell-off. Hopefully it does not break below that 5 cent or 0.5 cent threshold, and then we can get that crazy rally. Shelly is doing a good job. Shelly is a fantastic resource for Genome, or for Noble. And I kind of want to delete some of these little lines that I have drawn so that I can make a clear argument for you guys. Because it's been, Noble's had a little bit more of a volatile downtrend than some of the other projects. And it's not yet broken above this downtrend from the previous peaks, right? So it kind of sat back in May and then again in May, and then it touched it again in July. And I think we'll be touching it here in the next 2 weeks or so for that breakout. And then hopefully once we break above this downtrend, let's say we put it here, we get that 150% rally into the previous resistance or support around that 1.5 cents threshold. So I think we got a quick little double or triple up from here once Noble breaks out, and of course in October. And I think that sets the precedent for Noble to go back and reclaim its all-time highs. But we'll wait and see, of course. You know, I'm one of the biggest whales, I think, of the project. You won't find me, though, because I've split up my holdings into multiple different wallets. But I am up there for whale wallets in here. I mean, it's my biggest DeSci bag. I'm a huge believer in what they're doing, and I think it's going to be very successful. Very successful. Unfortunately, what happened is that they had the hack, yes, but after the hack, sentiment was destroyed, and a lot of people who got in on the presale, even now, they're up. The presale price was even lower than it is right now, so they're getting their unlocks, and they're still in profit on those coins, and they just don't believe in the project anymore. They're on to the next thing. It's kind of the curse of crypto, in which people's attention spans are really short. That's bearish for them, bullish for us. And I say that because it gives you the opportunity to make sure that you have your bags fully packed and ready for what's to come. Because BLOX is going to be one of the largest players in the DeSci initiative because everyone knows about it. So once DeSci starts pumping, once Research Coin starts pumping, they're going to be looking for alternatives to Research Coin, and Genome's DAO is right there. Not Genome's DAO. Why is my brain so fried with those names right now? Noble is right there. Everyone knows of Noble. Nobody wants it because it's just continuing to go down. Once those updates come out and they see how impactful it really is, and once those scientists start using it, I think it's game over. Game over. Noble blocks to $1, baby. Noble blocks to $1. And you got to remember, I mean, if it gets to $1, I don't know why I did that. If it gets to $1, I'm getting a tattoo of it. So I think there's your incentive enough to get it to $1. It's only a $350 million market cap to get it there. Noble blocks to $1 is a $350 to $400 million market cap. That's still half, if not a third, of what I think some of the big players in DeSci can get to. So if I think BLOX is going to be one of the biggest, that means we're looking at closer to a $3 market cap for Noble. We'll see. I don't want to like get too overzealous with it, but yeah, basically tattoo happens at $1. If Noble goes to $3 and hits $1 billion market cap, the yacht party is a guarantee. The yacht party is a guarantee if we see Noble hit that $1 billion market cap. It's 2.4 right now. So yeah, it's going to take a minute. It's going to take quite some time. I wonder if they have Noble on this. No, they do not. But we can do our own moon math with it. As far as the portfolio update goes, though, everyone who's watching right now, if you haven't seen this, this is my bag holder to homeowner portfolio challenge. I'm taking $500 and I'm turning it into $50,000 to $100,000 in order to purchase a house. So we started this over a year ago, and we got that peak of $6,000 plus back here. I think it was like, yeah, 6,600 from 500. We're down to 2,700 right now. 777, little angel number action for you. That's because it's mostly decentralized science. It is starting to rebound a little bit. So over the last 30 days, we've had quite the rebound from that low of 2,000 back up to almost 3,000. So it's up quite a bit. And that's in part thanks to Axon. Axon being up a lot. It's now my largest holding again. Jupiter Swap, so that it's not just DeSci and we get a little bit of a variety. Jupiter Swap's Solana's leading DEX. We got Dynex, which I low-key should add more to. I think I am going to today. I know I keep saying that, but today is the day, baby. BLOX, of course, we got 50,000 Noble in here. So Noble to $1 means that my portfolio challenge is completed just off of BLOX, which is nuts. $50,000 off of a $300 position. then we got Caspa, of course, TARS AI, which I'm very upset with what just happened to TARS. Let's talk about TARS for a second. TARS AI is up 19% today, which is bullish. It had that breakout that we've been eyeing for quite some time here. Although the breakout barely happened. Like, the breakout has literally barely initiated, but it's up 20% today. I'm disappointed with TARS AI because it was only $12 million market cap the other day, but they had a big dilution event, and look at that. It went from $13 million market cap up to a $40 million market cap because they had a big dilution event. And so I think that's going to kill some of the momentum for the breakout. However, it's still starting to break out. It's still starting to break out, and back to all-time highs is 130% from here. So I do think that is very doable. I do think a breakout like that is very doable, and it is looking like it's starting today. So if you're not familiar with TARS AI, they're backed by the Solana Foundation, and they're in the Google Accelerator program for artificial intelligence on Solana's blockchain. So it's basically ChatGPT, but focused in on the blockchain. Instead of just generalized artificial intelligence, it's specific artificial intelligence. So I'm still holding mine, and I'm still pretty bullish on it. I'm just disappointed with the breakout in market cap that they had, because I was hoping we would see that breakout come in the price of the token, not in the circulation of the token. That's my own fault for not having looked into it, because you can always tell when these dilution events are going to happen. So I skipped that part this time. For whatever reason, I felt overconfident in my research in just the underlying protocol and ignored the tokenomics, which is a huge mistake, especially in crypto, because these events happen all the time. Now, it doesn't mean the breakout can't happen. It just means it gets harder for the breakout to happen. So previously, maybe it could have rallied all the way up to like $1, and now it might stop out short of that dollar mark. But we will see what happens, right? We will see. Either way, I think it's a solid play on Solana's ecosystem and gives me more of that exposure without pure meme coin degenerativeness. Oh, baby. Those are kind of the updates I had. I had pulled 2 new things to bring your attention to. First one I'm going to talk about is Base Chain. Base Chain's volume is starting to break out. So Base had $10 billion worth of volume in a single day, purely on USDC transfers. So this is starting to take off to show activity on Base Chain, which is why it's important to look for coins on Base Chain. So any of the DeSci projects that are on Base Chain could potentially get a bid, given that more and more activity is happening on Base. That also means some of the Base meme coins might start taking off a little bit more, as it appears that people are loading up in stablecoins on Base. So the adoption for Base is continuing to explode despite not having a token for Base. You can look at some beta plays on top of Base, like anything you want, really. And then the other thing is pump.science, which is fucking hilarious. Pump.science, so meme coins for science. It's basically Catalyst, but rebranded. And yeah, there's already been 2 experiments funded, and they're both microscopic. So the market cap of this one is 14,000, the market cap of this one's 20,000. It's literally pumped up fun, but for scientists. So look at that rally. Boom. I've not purchased anything on it yet, and I may or may not. I'm not 100% certain. I don't fully understand it yet, and so I don't want to end up losing my pants on something that's very degenerate. As far as Molecule is concerned, though, we still have these 3 that are active with 100+ days left, 200+ for this one, and 1 that was completed and is in negotiations. So this is for IP NFTs, IP tokens. It's intellectual property based off the research, and I believe that Pump.science is the same thing, just a little bit more degenerative. How it worms. I hate you guys. It looks like it was a typo, but I think they're running with it. What would you prefer to lose your pants to? No comment. No comment, truth. I'm trying to keep this safe for work. Those are the two things, though. Molecule and Paul launched Pump.Science at breakpoint to harness meme coin speculative energy to fund longevity compound research via testing on worms. Wild. Wild. That investor, please drop me your DNX address. Ladies and gentlemen, do you know what that means? Do you know what that means? Is that investor about to get an airdrop? Is that investor about to get an airdrop? Yo! Let's go! Let's go! As soon as I'm done with this live, I will, Yeti. As soon as I'm done with this live. Appreciate it. Whatever it is, I appreciate it. Unless you're just gonna dox my address. Blockchain boy. Where is Blockchain boy? Oh, that's who. Hey, hey! I get it. The joke just clicked in my head. Mods, get him out of here. Delete him. Delete him from the live stream. I cannot actually search. It's important that I do not go on my timeline on live streams. That is always sketch. I'll drop my pants for more CYG tokens. You guys are ruthless. How's CYG doing right now? I saw that rally. That rally was pretty delicious. That rally was pretty nice on CYG. Nice little 50% gains. I'll take that any day of the week. Oh, that's on the minute chart. Never mind. I think it's still actually 50% gains though. Yeah, 50% gains. That's pretty good. That's really good actually. So hopefully we're starting to see that breakout. Now I know information, but I'm curious to see what you guys know. What has been reported out to the public? As you guys know, CYG, Cyclix Games, is a casino which was launched by my good friends and co-workers. We're working directly with CoinRock. So CoinRock launched CYG. And so, yeah, I'm technically classified as an insider, and I don't know what has been released, and so I don't want to say anything yet. But what do you guys know? Why did this just pump? Why did we just see this 50% rally in CYG token? It's all organic volume too. There are no market makers for this, which means there's no artificial pumping of the volume. Everything you see here is literally just authentic people. Casino been in beta, testing launch imminent. Yes, sir. Strika, spot on. The casino looks beautiful. The casino looks so beautiful and it's super smooth. The beta is looking gorgeous right now. So I'm very excited for when they launch this thing. Very excited. I'm technically classified as an outsider. Oh, truth. Come on, it's okay. You don't have to be an outsider. Come join. Join the fun in the Discord and in the Telegram. The links to both of those groups are in the description of this video. As you go through the description though, I want you to hit that like button if you haven't already. I think a lot of you guys already probably did. Let's see. We got 10 watching and 7 likes, so 70% like ratio. Not the greatest, not the worst. I'll take it though. I'll take it. If you're not in DeSci Schiller's Telegram, you should be. That's where we go raid different communities and talk about decentralized science in an organic manner to get people aware of what's happening. And then the Discord, of course, is where I post most of all of my trades that happen, as well as just my thoughts. We talk and have a good time. Every time we see DeSci pump, literally it's funny as hell because every time we see decentralized science pumping, the community gets like 10 times the activity. Everyone gets super excited. So if you want people who, like, it's an aggregator of information and news for different projects. Right now, a lot of people are talking about Eagle AI because it's up like 1,500% in a week. But he's frail. Can I come to the inside? Yes, of course. I do get it. That little pun, Derek. That little pun. Little birdie told me we'll be at $10 CYG in 2025. That would be nuts. That would be absolutely nuts. Let's see Okay, they're not on this, but what we can do instead, market cap of $4.5 million. What would get us? So $10 divided by 0.3098 gets us a 32x from here. If we multiply that by the current market cap of 4.5 million, understand that we're holding it constant so that the decimal, but it's a comma because my computer thinks I'm in Europe, but the decimal here is the millions, all right? We get a market cap of $145 million for Cyclics at $10. That's kind of FUD, not gonna lie. That's kind of FUD. What is the market cap for some of the competitors? What is the main competitor? What is the main crypto that does gambling? I can't remember it right now though. You guys know what I'm talking about. What is that coin that does crypto gambling? Rollbit, thank you. So Rollbit is enormous, okay? Rollbit is a huge casino, and they're at a market cap of $206 million right now. So Rollbit, low-key, looks like it's on the breakout. Low-key, guys, I think that chart looks pretty gorgeous. They have some crazy, crazy partnerships and crazy casino capabilities, right? But if we kind of look at Rollbit, it looks like it's doing the same thing that DeSci is doing. That could be a good trade opportunity for Rollbit. I'm curious if they're on here. Yeah, they are. So we can get the RSI. So the RSI already bottomed out and is starting to increase. So this might be a decent opportunity for a trade on Rollbit back up to all-time highs, which would be from the current market cap of 200 million back all the way up, would be a 202% return or a 3x on the market cap of 200 million, which would be $600 million. So Rollbit getting to 600 million. Do we think Cyclics could get a small piece of that? 20% would get us to a $10 Cyclics. So if we see Rollbit get back to its all-time highs in this next rally, and we see Cyclics get to 20% of the market cap of Rollbit. I know it's a lot of ifs, but it's just a little speculation moon math here because it's exciting on a Monday morning. We see Cyclics at a $10 price point. If we see Cyclics go to $1 billion, we're looking at Cyclics closer to that like $45 price point, $50 price point. What is Rollbit on? That's a good question. Rollbit's on Ethereum. Rollbit is on Ethereum. And this is what I wanted to do. So 1 billion divided by 4.5 million is a 222x times 0.31 is a $68 Cyclics if it gets to $1 billion. That's insane. That's so stupid. Crypto is so stupid, guys. Do you guys understand how literally dumb that is? Yeah, Rollbit's on ETH. Rollbit hit like 600 to 800 million at peak. Roll it. Let's go. Let's go. I think Cyclics has got a lot of potential purely just because of who is backing it and the amount of low-key influencer power that it's got. Like, there's a huge community of people who are excited to live stream the actual casino, and we know that stuff like the casinos is purely based off of how many players you can get playing. And so getting a bunch of people to stream it, just like Stake did. Stake is a multi-billion-dollar company. Craziness. Mateus and Caius are goated. They are, in fact, goated. They're good. They're good at what they do. They're good. I've been working with them since before I went out to Dubai. Dubai is just where I got to meet them in person, but they've been cooking for quite some time. They've been in the kitchen. One of the other projects they're working on, which I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think VaultFi is still set to come out this week, right? Or did they postpone it again? They haven't posted anything for a while, but be very careful on VaultFi. Full disclosure, I put like $1,000 into the presale because it's coming out at like a $700,000, $800,000 market cap, but it is in its current form an inflationary yield token. Hopefully they can take some of the revenue that comes from Cyclics and back the yield, right? The idea is that VaultFi will be a vault for some of the Cyclics supply, and then Cyclics, as it generates revenue, can yield to some of the people who are holding the Volt token. And then Volt will also go and incorporate other real yield things. But for the time being, VaultFi is just inflationary tokenomics. Doesn't mean it can't do really well, but I mean, it probably will do extremely well because it got a lot of Ponzi-nomics in it. Delayed. Damn it, Zach. Do we know what day? Did they delay it to a specific time frame, or is it just in perpetuity delayed for the time being? VaultFi will be better if the casino launches first. Couldn't agree more. Could not agree more. If they can successfully put out the casino, then we get VaultFi to be, it's just that much more likely that VaultFi is successful. To be determined. Damn it. Why am I getting my information from you guys? I should be asking them what the real game plan is. But yeah, hell yeah, guys, hell yeah. You guys have any questions for me or anything you want to go over? A lot of things going on, a lot of interesting stuff in the space. Let's not go look at the Diddy tapes. That's not a great idea. ValleyDAO, I'm curious how ValleyDAO is doing actually. Let's run through really quickly some of the let's run through some of the BioXYZ ecosystem plays. So Grow, ValleyDAO, they're on base, so that's bullish. The token is not bullish right now though, that sucks. Is this the real one? Ain't no way this is the real ValleyDAO. What? All right, this is better. This is much better. So ValleyDAO, it's the same pattern, guys. It's the same exact pattern. We have a clear downtrend here where everything was bleeding and what looks like support at the previous support down here at 30, 40 cents. ValleyDAO is looking like a crazy steal right here. 250% back to all-time highs. Let's look at AthenaDAO. Just taking time to load. AthenaDAO, same story, literally the same story. Down pretty down bad. It looks the exact same as ValleyDAO. Let's look at Hair. I think Hair has been holding up really nicely. Yeah, Hair is not got the same story as the others. But that's because they're doing real community building stuff and they have a real product, and they're actually doing that barbell method in which the video I made and posted about the other day for all DAOs need to follow, is that little bit of a barbell method where you get moonshot science and day-to-day activity things that can be revenue generating and community building, and HairDAO does a good job at it. So Hair's holding up pretty good. Valley, Athena, let's look at Vita. Vita DAO is doing good. Just load, please. Just load, please. It's not doing that great, actually. It's down a lot. Is this the real one? I mean, I hope that's the real one. Let's look at Vita RNA, which had some crazy bullish breakthrough not that long ago. Just a couple days ago, or probably like a week or two ago. That's not the right one. They got to get rid of that other liquidity pool. It throws me off too much. But this IP NFT is holding up strong, holding up very strong. There's no liquidity in it, so kind of hope so at least. Vita Fast. Yes, you do. Vita Fast. Vita Fast is down bad. Could be opportunity, but these are speculative. Those two were very speculative plays. Let's see, we got, oh yeah, Cryo. Let's go see Cryo. Down at 65 cents is a shame. This thing never had that rally, never had that clean pump that everyone was hoping for. That's because it used a method of presale in which the more hype it got, the less likely it was to do really well, because the higher the market cap went, which is why you got to be knowledgeable on how the presale is being orchestrated. If it is a dynamic presale that does not sell out, there is a good likelihood that if it gets overhyped, it's not going to perform that good. So something like Axon DAO, presales sold out, that was it. And so it pumped like crazy because it came out at a small market cap. CryoDAO never had a cap, so the more tokens that were sold, the higher the market cap went. Thus, when it launched at something that looked like a fair value and was no room for it to explode in valuation. Makes sense? Which is why you gotta be very cautious about how you approach these pre-sales. What else is there? We did Athena, we did Grow, we did Hair, we did Valley. Well, Valley is Grow. We did Cryo, we did Vita. What's the other one? They got, oh, Cerebrum. $3 million market cap, kind of just bleeding. So they all look very similar. If we see an overall breakout in DeSci, I would assume that a lot of these projects have that breakout as well. So I would pay close attention to some of these, at least until we get that bio token launch, which I'm trying to set up a space for the 26th with them. So on Thursday, I'll be doing a Twitter space with them, an X space with them. So definitely keep your calendars marked for that. I'll give you guys more information as they announce it and launch it and make the little real announcement for it so that I can share everything. But keep an eye out for the Bio Protocol X space with me, because it's going to be full of industry founders as well as some influencers, so that we can kind of get some congealing going, get some meshing of the two together, and hopefully the pre-sales go really well for them, but not too well, because I think that they're also going to have a similarity in which, do you not put the, there we go, in which the more this gets talked about, the higher the market cap is going to be upon launch, I believe. I could be mistaken, but they are already a huge player. Huge player. That's all I got for you guys. Your time is your most valuable asset. I will be in the Discord and the Telegram, so please stop by as I'm making some DeSci content and organizing as much information together as possible to put together a little summary. So hopefully, your time's your most valuable asset. Hopefully this was worth investing it into, and I will see you guys in tomorrow's live stream.